welcome to Life's Journey. Today you will hear the story of David Tyree and his journey in life. David's had quite a journey so far, and he's still such a young man. You might have heard his name. David caught the greatest catch in NFL history to win the Super Bowl for the New York Giants. So he's had many heights in life, but there's also been a lot of lows. And today you will hear about many of the lows in his life. But notice, he didn't stay there. He didn't stay at the bottom. Why? Because there is a Jesus Christ that lives today who wants to change your life the same way that he changed David's. Don't turn that dial. God has a word for you today. God bless you.
So my name is David Tyree. I'm a wide receiver for the New York Giants, Super Bowl 42 champions. I started playing football, and I think I was about 11 or 12 years old. I was kind of a skilled, athlete, and just progressively that put me into loops and make, friendships. And as you get older, the choices become, the availability to bad choices get worse and worse. And I think it was in the 7th grade that I had got arrested with, it was somewhat like a stolen car incident, in joyriding and all that, and I got, that was my first incident with the police. In the 8th grade, I had another incident that kind of led to like a minor, what could have been an assault. And so by the time I'm in 8th grade, I'm on probation.
What'd that feel like?
What I saw was the pain that I put my mother through. And that's kind of when, that was like one of the first little shifts that I had in my life. And, because I was all about, it was all about me and my little homies, our little clique, and we had formulated, and we was running around, acting, like what we saw on TV, So when I saw that pain that I was putting her through, that's when I kind of dumbed down my, some of the crowd that I was hanging out with, switched up, and really began to focus a little bit on football going into high school.
David, recognizing the pain and the heartache that he is causing his mom, makes a decision that he needs to shift gears and refocus.
In high school, it was kind of like, it was like we had this, my house was like the safe haven. And my mother, she had like this, this kind of worldly wisdom, that said, well, I would rather have my children doing these things under my watch than out on the street doing these things where they could, be getting in trouble with the law. I would drink literally a 40-ounce, smoke a blunt of marijuana, a cigar, gut it out and fill with marijuana, and then I would have a half pint of Jack Daniels. So I was a heavy drinker, and you might puke, you might just fizz out, but when I got to college, it was a shift. It was binge drinking was it. It's a part of the lifestyle, and and it's encouraged. It's a part of what everyone's doing, and I kind of fit right in. I was fearful to to kind of mess around with marijuana while at college because of drug tests. Alcohol, especially in college, that was like a lot of people might call it, liquid courage or something, so a lot of times I felt inadequate, approaching women, sometimes maybe inadequate about my personality.
Where did the rejection come from? Did it come from the divorce between your parents? Were you insecure, just an insecure individual? Because, I mean, you sit here looking like you're the triple threat, like you're all that. And so I'm hearing this insecurity and fear of rejection, and where did that come from?
I think those are the deep-rooted things that unfortunately don't get dealt with enough. And I'm sure, rejection had a chance to come in, at those young stages when there is a divorce and your father's not around, or you inadvertently take that and put the onus on yourself. I had my son, I believe going into my senior year in Syracuse, and that was when I really began to think about the NFL.
The pursuit is on. His eyes are fixed on making it to the NFL.
I got drafted to the Giants, which is a local team, so now I'm back in the grasp of all my friends, and so now I got money. I got I got everything that I so desired. I have a son, and I'm able to provide for him. Me and his mother were separated at the time, which was, I believe, was kind of part of the destruction, so to speak. But through that, I realized that there had to be some kind of God that that got me here. I was drafted, but they went way out of their way to tell me I was a special teams player, and so obviously I had this innate desire to prove them wrong and to do well. And so there was a chapel service my rookie year. This guy, was unctioned, and he gave a call to salvation. And I felt the need to begin this relationship with God. But I also felt the tug of war going on, and somebody else went up there, so I felt like that was my green light, like we could do this together. But the motive in that was purely wrong, because it says if you believe in your mouth and if you confess with your mouth and you believe in your heart, then you'll be saved. Well, my heart was probably still at the seat while I was up there confessing with my mouth. But the powerful thing was the confession made me accountable, and so the enemy began to attack and invade my life like never before, but I had no power to walk this Christian life.
David responds to a call of salvation, yet he remains powerless to face the giants, the things that are out to destroy him.
I was still in the same form of bondage. In fact, it got worse throughout that year, the alcohol. Now I had money to foster my marijuana. Of course, I found out that, when they say the love of money is the root of all evil, basically when you have money, you don't have the revelation and the wisdom for what it's for. It intensifies every dark place in your life. And so that's what began to happen with myself until, now I'm getting fined for showing up late at work. My characters begin to be revealed. And, and that's what, every dark place will eventually come to light. A double-minded man is truly unstable in all his ways, and that's what began to be revealed in my life. And so within this, I had this carnal mind of mine that says, well, you're smoking the best, best weed there is, you're smoking the best marijuana, you might as well sell it. And so that's really where things begin to trickle down. And eventually I came home. I went to actually make a run to go pick up a bunch of marijuana, and I got pulled over coming off the George Washington Bridge, and I was arrested with a half a pound of marijuana.